Okay, so this is continuing with chapter 1, and here we're talking about section 1.3. There's not much chemistry here except in the sense that trying to get you to develop a good plan of study for studying chemistry. All right, so a good plan to study chemistry would be to start out by taking an active part in your study group. All right, okay. So some of the things that you might find helpful in your textbook is the periodic table on your inside front cover. In the back cover there are tables, useful tables of information. And then some of the things that they have in this edition are the looking ahead chapter, where you'll get an explanation of what to look in the next upcoming chapters. The glossary and index is good as a quick reference. Key math skills and core chemistry skills. Now, these two are really important because it tells you exactly the math skills that you require for the chapter, and this will give you all of the chemistry skills required even from previous chapters, so it ties everything up. All right. All right, so the key math skills is what are the skills that you might have learned from your previous chapter, and how will that help you understand the math in the chapter that you're studying, in the present chapter that you're studying. The core chemistry skills, again, whatever you've learned from the previous chapter about the key contents and how they are carrying over into the current chapter. So before you begin to read, get an overview by reading through the looking ahead. This is important, that's why I have it in red. Look at the title of the section and then rephrase it as a question. At the end of the chapter, they always have a concept map. And the concept map is a good way to take all those section titles and just give you a good visual in a way to summarize all the content in the chapter. All right. So I highly recommend drawing up your own concept maps after you've gone through a chapter. Review the learning goal. It tells you what you can expect in that section that you are going through. And then again, the key to being successful in chemistry is practice, practice, practice. All right. So there's no shortcuts. The more you do, the more problems that you're solving, the better you'll get at it to handle the problem solving process. All right. So that's essentially what chemistry is problem solving. All right. So the more you work on all the sample problems in your textbook, in your homework supplement, through mastering chemistry, the more confident you will get with your skills at problem solving, and the less anxious you will be during the exams. So there's an analyze problem feature telling you how to organize your data, because word problems are hard. All right. So the math itself in chemistry is pretty easy. What it is deciphering those word problems and being able to gather your data in a way that you can organize them to solve those word problems. Okay, so that's something that comes with a lot of practice. So you're going to be trying out as much of the questions and problems in chapter and at the back of the chapter, and anywhere. I mean, if you can find worksheets on the internet which can give you additional practice, then by all means. All right. So the more practice that you do get, the more time and effort that you put in, the rewards will be commensurate with your investment in time and practice. Okay, these are some of the important things that has been added on to this edition. It was there previously, but they've made a concerted effort, especially with this chemistry linked to health, in order to show that the application of the content you're learning to health, all right, which will make sense to you about why you're learning that particular concept or content, all right, okay. Clinical applications and problems. Again, you're seeing the application of why you're learning certain things, all right, and how they will apply to you in your future in the health field. Okay. So there's a lot of figures and diagrams, and now a picture is worth 1,000 words. Really, the picture, when you look at a picture, it gives you a synopsis of that content in a way that words can't give you. All right. So when you look at a picture, it kind of gives you a crystal clear viewpoint of what that content in the section or in the chapter is about. All right. So they have pictures which are called as particle diagrams, showing you what happens, whether it's a reaction, etc., at the atom level. Now, these particle diagrams are where they're depicting atoms or molecules in terms of circles, but again, that's a way of depiction, and that kind of makes things clear, all right, when you look at the pictures. It then takes difficult abstract concepts and you have a picture to associate with it so that it sticks in your head, all right. So again, anything that helps to enhance your understanding of the concepts is definitely a good thing, all right. So again, those diagrams, maybe that's not how it happens in nature, but it kind of gives you a visual of what might be happening on a microscopic level, on the atomic level. Okay. So as I mentioned before, I really like concept maps, because concept maps are showing you those connections between all of that important concepts that you've learned in the chapter, all right. So it's a quick visual of connecting everything together. Key terms are good because it gives you a listing of the definitions, and there are a lot of definitions and terms in chemistry that you need to get familiar with, right? Understanding concepts, again, whenever you get a good visual of a concept, then it stays with you and you're not likely to forget it easily. Again, I encourage you to put as much time and effort into solving as many questions and problems as you can, all right, including those challenge problems if you're up to it. And again, I see myself more as a facilitator, and therefore I plan to spend as much of class time helping you actively learn this content, all right, whether it's working on these problems or worksheets, etc., or class activities, everything designed to help enhance your knowledge of the content learned. So active learning, as I said, is the key to success, all right. And some of the steps in active learning is making yourself little goals for the material that you're learning, all right. So if you write down what your goals are and then try to achieve it, for example, you're going to read through section 1 and then you'll have a certain goal for the section 1 that you want to do. You want to do all those problems, you want to do some challenge problems, etc. All right, so set yourself goals, whether it's goals by chapter or goals per section within the chapter, all right. and then try to achieve those goals. And goals are a good way to help you, motivate you to study the content. Formulate questions. So whatever you learn, a good way is to take that and make a question out of it. All right, so formulate your own questions and answers, and again, that's another way to learn the material. And then once you formulate your question, then go about finding answers to your question. All right, so that's a way of self-testing yourself. Okay. Again, another way of self-testing is doing this sample problems and study checks within the chapter, as well as the questions and problems that follow each section. Okay, and then as you go section by section, reviewing all the content in each section, repeat these 5 steps for each of those sections in the chapter. All right, so again, you can come up with your own plan for learning chemistry. All right, whether it's going through the PowerPoint, reading the chapter, attempting the problems, taking an active part in your study group, and learning things for yourself. All right, reviewing constantly, keeping a separate notebook where you are going to be working out your problems. Okay, and then again, as many problems as you can do, whether it's from the textbook or it's from other sources, or again, the homework supplement, the Mastering Chemistry, all of these are designed to give you as much practice as you need, so that you get as familiar and as confident as you possibly can with the content, and it'll help enhance your knowledge and preparation for exams. Okay. So being part of a study group, coming to see me during office hours, okay, review sessions, again, I usually do have review sessions within the class itself before each exam. There are 3 unit exams, and before each major unit exam I have a review session. All right, so all of those, as I said, the more practice you do, the better you get at doing this. So which of the following activities should be included in your study plan for learning chemistry? Skipping lectures, not wise. Forming a study group, definitely. Keeping a problem notebook, yes, well advised. Reading the text as an active learner, again, a good plan. All right, so B, C, and D are good plans. A, not so good. So again, skipping lectures, not a good idea. However, I am taping the lectures, and again, that's a choice you will have to make for yourself. Okay. The key to success in chemistry is curiosity, mathematical skills, commitment, practice. I think all of the above. You have to have all of the above to be successful. And that's the end of this section.